what we are going to work on. We're going to work on an Amazon HD Fire tablet. What you're going to need is some tools. You're going to want to use plastic tools, because metal tools will definitely break glass or scrape up metal that you're going to be working with. So a spudger that you get in cell phone kits, those will work great. Or the plastic picks that look like guitar picks, those are also good. And since the battery is going to be replaced in this tablet, you're going to want double-sided adhesive tape. Now, a lot of times when you order the battery, it will come with a replacement double-sided tape. If it doesn't, then you can use these, which I got from Walmart, and I'll leave a description in the video description box so you can get these and you can use them on many different projects that you need double-sided tape on. Now, when you order a replacement battery such as this one, you're definitely going to want to match up the part numbers from the old one. With that in mind, we are ready to get started. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, battery started going bad. And I had gotten one of these tablets for my mom, but unfortunately the battery decided to go bad. And I got her a Fire tablet because they're really easy to, kind of like almost like one touch, easy to navigate on the Fire OS. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this part of the spudger and go around the screen to try to push up without breaking the screen. Now you can put the point of the back of the spudger outwards this way and go around the tablet and then that way it pushes up. And then what you can do is a spacer, you can put a pick in there as you're going around, and that will kind of unhinge the plastic casing from the glass, if I'm making any sense to you. And you don't want to do this too hard, and like I said, you definitely want to use a plastic spudger, not metal, because metal will break this glass or the casing. So you definitely don't want to use metal. Going around. There, once you get to the corner of the tablet, you're going to want to put this in the front way and get this to pop forward and up so that it'll separate from the case. And you want to do that very easily and gently, because you don't want to break anything, obviously. So these corners are kind of harder to get to come loose, but just work with it and take all the time you need. You don't want to break the glass. There we go. Kind of working. And you know, you want to work back and forth. If it's pointed this way, you may need to work a little bit going that way, and you know, on the opposite direction, both ways, going back and forth. And once the screen is separated, you want to go around the whole tablet until it just pops off like this. Only thing that was holding the back of the tablet to the tablet are these plastic tabs that is inside the back of the case. But it can be a little difficult to get off, but using plastic spudgers, not metal ones, can get that job done for you. Now I'm going to lay this to the side, the backing, and then I am going to get this battery off of here. Now again, you want to make sure that the batteries, the part numbers match up, and they match up. Everything is matching up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this old battery out, to disconnect, give this a wiggle a little bit of the old battery, and I'm going to get this old battery out of here. Now just like on cell phones, there should be a tape, like a tab, for me to pull this tape out of here. If you can see it right here, you don't want it to break. So if it's going to break on me, it'll break right in front of you guys. But hopefully it doesn't, and you just keep pulling with the same consistency to pull on the tape. And see, I'm just pulling on the tape, and this is going underneath the battery, and then it comes out like this. And there's going to be one on each side. This was the one on this side. And then if you look closely, I'll try to get you a closer look. There is a black tab right here. Let me show you guys. Right there's the black tab that you're going to need to start pulling up. So that's what I'm going to do here. Okay, once you remove the second piece of the double-sided tape, the battery should start to come off. And we're going to get this piece of tape out of the way. Now, an important note here is if that tape breaks off on either side, you still can get this battery out, but you have to go under it with like plastic spudgers and just randomly and evenly get this battery to loosen up from the tape underneath. You don't want to puncture the cells in this battery because it could catch on fire, and you don't want that to happen. You want to be very careful. But anyways, we have the tape out from underneath of it, and it should be just removed just that easy. And now what I'm going to do, I'll make sure it's clean underneath of here, free of any debris. Everything looks good, guys. Everything looks great. So remember these adhesive squares. I am going to open them, and I'm going to put some on here so that it can hold the battery in. I'm going to put some definitely on the corners. See, just like that right there. You focus in on that a little bit. So I'm definitely going to get the four corners first. You can just put the one side of the tape down, peel off the paper, and I'm going to do this down here. Let me get a couple more. And what this does is when this goes back together and you're moving your tablet around, you don't want the battery to move and jolt around. This tape keeps the battery in place. and not moving around all on the inside. So I'm going to put one here. Pull that double-sided tape back. Okay, I'm going to put one in the middle. Not really over the ribbon cable, but right above the metal. Close to the ribbon cable. So it kind of looks like a dice, guys. It kind of looks like a dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's what I have in there. And then you want to make sure that the back of your battery's clean. A clean surface to attach to where it's going to hook up right here. You want to set it in here, and you kind of want to firmly press down, not too much, but you want it to be able to connect to the battery, and you want it to be flush and even in there. And then you're going to want to take this connector right here, and you're going to want to connect it to where you unplug the last battery. You guessed it. I'm going to see if it will turn on. The power button should be right here in the upper right hand corner. And you kind of want to push down with your thumb. You want to see that this power's on with a new battery before we put the case all back together. Because as you saw, the case is a little bit difficult to get off. Still booting up. Here's the background. 28%, which is normal. Everything's responding to touch. So that was a success, okay? So then what we're going to do is shut it down. I'm going to push the power button again, which is right here. I'm going to power off your fire, and I'm going to hit OK. And it's going to power off and shut down. And then we're ready for the next step, is to put the outer shell, the backing, back on. Now, a good rule of thumb is you want to make sure that you did not break any plastic tabs as you took this off. In this case, I did not. But even if you did, as long as you have enough tabs to hold the backing in place, you should be good. Also, while you have it apart, you may want to make sure that the glass where the camera goes over, you want to make sure that's clean, or you want to make sure that's not dirty. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and put this back over and start snapping this back together. You don't need to give it a lot of force, about 1 pound worth of force. You can hear it snapping back together. And then once it's turned over on the other side, you want to make sure it's flush. Do not push this thing too hard. And just go all the way around the tablet to make sure it's in place. You don't want to break this. And if you can see around your tablet, and you can see the plastic is flush with the glass, then you are done. And this works on a lot of Amazon Fire tablets, this exact step to replace your battery. This exact model number was PR53DC. So, I hope this video helps you. If you like these kind of videos, smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. And don't forget, have a good day.